got a BMW in for our 28-point check today. So just to quickly note, we've got a little bit of scuffage on the front bumper there. Other than that, it looks nice and clean, nice and white. So just go round. Lovely. Okay, so the customer's just going to show us obviously what she's found so far. Yep, if you obviously want to show us what you found.
So it's in the trunk first.
In the trunk.
So I've got that, no idea what
Ah,
that
right,
is.
I'll get you.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, but it's
But
still...
I just saw it yesterday.
That's it, and
and
it's right next to the electrics as well.
This was very damp. Actually, you can still probably feel it, but it's quite
Yeah.
damp. Just this panel here.
I'll get you.
And I feel like there's probably a little bit of water, like...
Yeah, you can feel that, that is
down
damp. Yep. No, that's okay. Well, what we'll do is obviously
and
we can
obviously
check.
see the water marks here as well.
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't kind of correspond to if they've jet washed it, because 9 times out of 10 if they jet wash it, what they do is they irritate all of this surface and then they jet while the boot's open.
Yeah.
So this doesn't look like it's been cleaned. So it's possible it doesn't like correspond to them cleaning it.
Yeah.
But obviously we don't know until we test it. And so we got water in the back of the boot, and obviously there was last year. I'm just doing this for the video. Water in the passenger front and passenger rear. So if we just have a little quick feel in here. So it doesn't feel wet under there. Did they clean the inside as well?
Yeah, they did a Hoover.
I'll get you. Okay, so I can't see anything under there. Let's just have a quick little look at the spy hatch. It hasn't got one. Hasn't got a spy hatch. Okay, and was there something about the driver's side as well?
Yeah, the driver's side was very wet last time as well.
Uh-huh.
Kind of went towards the back passenger.
I'll get you.
Really right in the pedal, it was very, very damp that time.
I'll get you. Well, that's the lowest point at the front, so that's probably where it would have collected. Can't feel anything in there at the moment. The only problem is these have got such a thick underlay, you can't really feel it through the top. But what we can do is we can pop the trims up and check underneath anyway, just to make sure. And I'll just quickly have a quick check in the driver's rear.
I felt damp a few months back, like maybe 6 months ago.
I'll get you.
But then the garage I went to said they couldn't do anything about it.
So they just left it as it was. I'll get you.
So it didn't really come up to the surface as much, so I don't really know what's happening.
That's it. Well, I can't feel any dampness there, but what we'll do is we'll pop it up and we'll have a check anyway. So that's not a problem. So let me just quickly shut that out because it's on a roll day. So what I can do is I can end the video there. Okay, today we've got a BMW 1 Series in, so we're just going to show you what we've found so far. So first things first, we're going to concentrate on the driver's rear door membrane. So I've got my lever bar down there, so we're just going to tip some water, just simulating that it's out in the rain. It should fall out the bottom of the door, which it is doing. But if we look closely, we can see that it's actually running out from the door membrane quite heavily. So what that would do is when the door's shut, it would sit on this rubber, and then once it then builds up on this rubber, it would then go down into the footwell. So what we're going to do is, if I just put my hand down here and give it a squeeze, we can see that it's wet. It's not majorly wet on this back side, but it is wet, and the foam is a pain to obviously dry. There we go. So we got water on that one there. So it is wet under there. Coming to the front, because it's possible what it's done is it's actually run down. So if I quickly push this back, we're going to put our hand, obviously dry hand. If we go underneath this bit here, so we can see that it's soaking wet underneath the driver's front. So we're going to obviously have to take the front seat out to lift the carpet up, the accelerator pedal, and obviously all of these panels, so we can actually get access to the carpet to get it dried. If we quickly come round to the front, it's possibly previously had a repair done because it was leaking. Let me just get my torch. Right, so we can see that there's two cables there, and on them two cables someone has put sealer around the grommet, That is now not leaking, but if I quickly go under here, I've pulled up the carpet just to have a double check. So if we, nice dry hand, so and then if I then put my hand under here and give it a squeeze, so we can see that there's water in there. The problem is this has got some sort of polystyrene in it, so it's got the underlay and the polystyrene, and it's very hard to dry. So I don't see any leaks on this side, but obviously I would recommend getting that dry, because obviously there is a lot of electrical stuff down there and we don't want any condensation. Coming around to the boot area, we are going to focus on these bits here. So these little bungs here, as you can see, they are not tight at all. And the reason why we're going to note these ones is we can't see them leaking at the moment, but if I just push that in, we can actually see there's a gap between the car and the rubber, and what that would do is it would have water come down the inside of the body, and then it would end up in your little cubby hole here. The problem is we have water down here in this area, and it doesn't correspond with them, but obviously we do advise getting them done because you don't want to obviously get something fixed and then that fills up. This one here actually corresponds with this rear light, so if I give this a bit of a wiggle, we can see that the light seems to be loose there. If we come over to this side, it seems to be in a lot stronger, and what we've done is we've put our twisted camera up behind in a box section. And what that then has revealed is, if I just quickly get our pictures up. Right, okay, so you've got this little bit here. What that is it's the locator for the back of the light. And as you can see here, we've got watermarks coming off of it. So what that would then do, because it's in a box section, this is the box section, it would then go inside the body and then it would work its way down, and then the exit point would be this seam here, and then that would then correspond with the tiny bit of water just sitting on that little ledge there. So we've got just this little bit here, and then it would then run off and then follow this down through the hole and fill this up. So that then corresponds to that. The only other thing as well is, if we look in this side, we can see that it's bare metal and it all looks nice in there. If we look at this side, we can see that someone has put a load of wax oil. If we look up here, it's completely black inside, so it's possible this has had a replacement rear quarter. So it's possible this panel here has been replaced in some time in its life, so that could obviously be caused why this light's leaking. Okay, we've got the end video of the 1 Series BMW, so it's all been fixed and dried. So the front, obviously passenger side, was dried. The tailgate, we had a leaky black light, so that's been resealed, and obviously we had the hoses which go through the top, which we've sealed as well. So the car's all back to normal. It's had a courtesy vac all the way through, and it's had a courtesy clean on the outside as well, and we can't see any signs of any water back in the pockets. So it's time to take it out into the real test environment now, but that one's all ready for collection.